Hello and welcome to Film Slam Stream's post-film conversation from MÅNGATA. My name is Eric Siler, and I'm an instructor of film, media arts, and communications, as well as moderator for this conversation. We're very pleased to be joined by the director of the film, Maja Costa. Maja is joining us today from Berlin, Germany. Hello, Maja, and welcome.
Hi, Eric. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me here.
It's wonderful to have you here as well, too. It's not often that we get to see kind of like a sci-fi space drama, especially in the independent world too. This is a really delightful film. And can you just give us a little bit of a background on how you actually, came up with this idea to the film and brought it to life?
Yeah, sure. I come from Italy and I was in Sicily, in the southern part of Italy, which is in the Mediterranean Sea. And I met a little girl coming from Nigeria by boat. And she arrived in Italy without her parents. And then I don't know what happened to her because of privacy reasons. You can't follow what happens to the children who arrive, especially in this situation, like by boat. But her face never left me. And then a few years ago, there was a contest promoted by the European Space Agency, which is the European NASA. And they were looking for ideas. And all of a sudden, I remembered this little girl and I imagined, a future for her. So this was how the story started. And then since the European Space Agency is focusing on research on the moon, and we needed to connect this element, from Earth with something belonging to the space research, I thought, okay, this exploration of the lunar caves is something that will happen in 25 years, 30 years, more or less. And I thought that it would be interesting to bring her to the moon as an astronaut.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a great concept. And how long did it work? Did you work on this film from, I guess, script writing to the final edit?
So I think the idea, the germ of the idea, maybe it was like, I met this girl 10 years ago, and then this contest was in 2021. And then I had to write the script in a few months. And then we started shooting already, I think, more or less 8 months after the contest closed. And then we finished, we had a very tight schedule. So the European Space Agency told us, you have to do this short in 4 months. It needs to be ready by October of the same year. And then we just, we had to run. But everything in a way, like it was almost magic, because I saw how all the people who participated in the movie were really very passionate about it, and everything in a way also on a timeline happened very easily. Let's say it's really, I needed to be there as a director, but I could see how the movie was forming itself. So I would say yes, 1 year more or less.
Okay. Well done. You got a lot done in a year, and thanks to your funding, you can, make it look really rich. The production value was really, really strong. Can you talk a little bit about your production designer and how you were able to secure, different images and sets and locations to try to mimic the moon and the wardrobe and everything? Tell us a little bit about your designer.
Yes, we started working, like the director of photography and set designer, the art department in general started working together very early. Like we were all together on location scouting. We looked for the cave. We searched on the internet first, and then we were able to visit some of them, and then we picked one which was very similar to the simulations that the European Space Agency gave us. Then I have to say that the experts of the European Space Agency were always supervising all our movements from the beginning, like from the script until the end. We were very lucky because they gave us some of the rooms that you can see in the short, which is like the base of the European Space Agency in the Netherlands. So we were allowed to shoot in these rooms for the press conference. We were very lucky because also we had some locations in Berlin when she's outside after the party. This is the House of the World Cultures in Berlin, the terrace, and it's very cinematic, I think. And then we also had like the sea, like we shot in close to a lake. It was a lake close to Berlin, but we were able with the lights to make it looks like the sea. And the moon surface is a sand cave also in the Berlin area. And so we used a lot of lights. Like I must say, the photography department was excellent. They really studied every detail, and so they were able to recreate the moon in this place, which was very boring, during the day. Yeah.
Well, excellent. And the moon, was that done digitally, or did you have
No, we were so lucky that while we were shooting, we had full moon.
Oh,
Yes, it's real. So we really shot it.
that's great. Wow. Wow. That's really good. And you get that shot. That's a great. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the whole content itself. Couple things I want to mention. One is the astronaut. And I like the way you exemplified her character in a way. Let's not talk about her dad first, but just about being an astronaut when she was doing the press conference and they were asking her, which country do you represent? And then there was another part when they said, oh, they want her for more photos. And she says, oh, more photos and so forth. I like the way you made her recognize her as a public figure and a celebrity almost in a sense. That's really good. So you wanted to create a character with some prominence as you wrote the script, but then again, have this human side to her that's trying to, deal with the loss of a father. Is that kind of correct? That what you wanted to do?
Yeah, thank you. Really, yes, this was something that was really like I thought it a lot while I was writing. Which kind of person is she? And especially, she's very talented. She's very good. She can. She's a leader. Also, this was the idea, and she's recognized as such. She's a role model for the little girl, the girl, and so the girl representing other kids or other people. So she's a sort of, as you said, public figure, but at the same time she has this struggle and nobody knows. And I thought the conflict would be bigger if I show her, as a public figure, as a public person. But then we know as an audience that she has a secret that nobody can see. So she's alone with the secret. And I think public personalities sometimes feel alone with their own, the real self, with the real secrets they have that they can't share, because otherwise this would make them, I don't know, maybe weaker in front of other people. And this was the idea also behind the scene with the friend. This friend is the one who can somehow get closer to her, that understands what she's going through, and that who understands her fear or fears. So
yeah, yeah, very good development there. Developing her character and get a sense of who she is. Now her father, the scene in which she, I like the way you built it up. They were telling her she's losing oxygen, losing oxygen. And when I first died, I thought she might, I'll say, please don't die, please don't die. But, she's kind of like blacked out, had like a dream sequence in which she connected with the father. Can you expand more on that scene and what you wanted to display in that scene?
Yeah, the scene to me is like the most important scene in the short, because it's the moment where she meets her father again. She couldn't say goodbye when she was little, and she lost him in a very traumatic way. But the father was also the person who, in a way, pointed out to the moon, and in a way created also the path to the moon that she's taken. And so I thought this is the moment where she needs to find him again. And this connection between both of them is the little kalimba, the instrument she takes to the moon, because this is it's through music, so the emotional side, that she reconnects to him. She doesn't play the kalimba, but it's this moment where she says, I will bring it back to you. So this is the moment where she reconnects not only with her father, like in an ideal way, but also with the dream of her father. And she really made it. Like she was able to realize this dream. And so I think this was very important to also recreate this sort of dreamlike atmosphere in the cave, so in a place that is dark, like it was dark. The sea was dark when she died, when he died, and I thought it's is alive. So let's say when she meets him there.
Exactly. Do you think her character, I'm just asking you this question as if you were someone watching the film, not as the filmmaker. Do you think she wanted to become an astronaut and go to the moon so she could find her father?
Yes, I think this was the thought that she had as a little girl.
Mhm.
And I think there is something that even if we grow up, when we grow up, always connects us to this moment where we are children. And so I think she's an astronaut, she's very rational, she's leading a mission, but in her heart, she's this little child and she needs her father. So I think this is something we also discussed with the actress when we recreated this scene on the moon. And in a way, this was a part of the things I said to her. It's you are a child and you are meeting him again, so you have to find a way to be both. And thank you for telling this, because it's really I think it's the core also of her character.
It is. It is. And also it brings some kind of like closure um, with her character, since, like you said, she didn't have a chance to say goodbye to her father. And I like the line in which he said that, I'll see you again. You know where I am. We'll be together again someday. So it gives some hope, and it just wasn't all doom and gloom in that sense.
Mm.
With it. So what's coming about from this film? This film could be made into a sequel, you can do a prequel to it. Any ideas to try to expand this film any more?
Yes, we are in fact expanding it into a series. We are writing the first season. It's very exciting and also very challenging, because we are it's based on a short, and we want to make 6 episodes. But it's also, it's very exciting because we have many possibilities, and also we want to show different perspectives. The writers' room is made of Europeans and Africans, so we really want to connect these 2 continents, and also tell the story through different perspectives. And So I'm super excited because we just started, and we are in the middle of this, exploring new ways, new possibilities, new perspectives. I will keep you posted about the developments.
Oh, please do, please do. Can I get it out of you? What's one perspective that you want to be in one of the episodes that you want to?
Yes, we are also thinking of people who stayed in Africa, like we didn't go, like there is an uncle. Then we also want to see the perspective of like the father's perspective, because for now it's about her and where she goes and how she meets the father there. But then we also want to tell his story and maybe start a bit earlier, before she's born.
Okay.
This is, yeah.
Well, good, good. But you have a lot to live up to, especially with the production design and everything, to try to, you know, keep it on the same level. So that's a big challenge,
Yeah,
but
it's
you're
a
up for it,
challenge. Yeah.
aren't you?
But the European Space Agency is supporting this one as well. So like they're really into this story, they want to promote it. So it's also a big acknowledgement for us to have them on board.
And there's, yeah, many possibilities, because this is a nice way to connect the continent of Africa with the space program. You really don't see that at all. So this is, really nice to that you're doing this. I don't think there's anything else out there like it.
Mm. Well, I think it's also like it's doing very well at festivals, especially in Africa, not only. And so we are really having a great response, and this is very encouraging and very empowering, I think, also, for the actors, because the actor is, I think, is a very good one. And the one is also writing with us in the writer's room. And there is, I think, a big need to tell these kind of stories.
Right.
So
Absolutely. And do you plan to use some of the same cast and crew for your future plans?
well, we are considering it because we will have different people from different ages, and then we are also expanding it. So we need to think this thoroughly. But of course, the actor, I can say, is in the writer's room, so we will also have him in the cast for sure.
Okay.
And then we are open to many other actors, actresses.
Very good. Very, very good. Well, this has been a wonderful conversation, Maja. This is great. I can't wait to hear the next chapter in, this film. And I wish you luck and success with your future plans. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for this interview.
You're welcome. And thank you to our audience for joining us for this important and invigorating conversation. For more information about our upcoming film festival, please visit us at clevelandfilm.org. I'm Eric Siler. Thank you.